What up? What up? What up, my people? This is your boy Nick, aka HOUTX Trader. I'm from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas Trader. Let's go. I also go by the Big Tuna on the Instagrams. Well, that's my personal stuff, but on the Instagram, also HOUTX Trader, YouTube. That's where y'all can find me. What's up? What's up? Okay, so check it out. Before I start this video, I wanted to say, I know there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of influencers, a lot of these gurus and sometimes I'll watch them and I watch them mark up and I watch them talk, and I'm just like, these guys are whack. Okay. So there's some good people out there. Okay. But these charts in this game is not just a matter of it's high sell, it's low buy. Look at this zone, look at this zone, boom, boom, super easy, blah, blah. This is much more complicated than that. If someone just says, oh, well, look, it's up here, just sell, they're leading you down the wrong path. Okay. And then they're going to try to sell you a course and then try to sell you all this stuff and these signals and all that. Forget all that stuff, man. Do your homework. I mean, I'm not saying don't watch these people. Watch these people and maybe take a nugget from them and take a nugget from this other person. Take a nugget from me. Do what you got to do. But I'm not trying to sell no courses. I'm not trying to get you to sign up for my signals. I ain't trying to do any of that. I'm trying to teach you for free. So hopefully you watch these videos, you see what I'm doing, you take some information that I'm giving you, and you put that in your own trading plan, and you master and you formulate something that works for you, because ain't nobody else out there. I'm not going to say not impossible, but very rarely is someone else out there going to just give you a strategy and it just clicks for you in your brain and it just magically works out. There is no magic indicator out there that's going to tell you to buy or sell. And if someone's trying to sell you one, that's it's fake. Okay. I'm not saying it's not going to work some of the time, but they're just trying to play you for a sucker. Learn the game yourself. Do your homework. Do your back testing. Do your work. So please watch this, like it, subscribe, share it, and know that I'm giving you my strategy where works best for me and the way I see the market. That might not work for you, and that's okay. But I will try to give you guys, more than one point. So, anyways, now that my little rant's over, let's look at NASDAQ because I entered a NASDAQ sell not too long ago. By the way, this is for training only. If you need financial advice, go see a financial planner. This is not financial advice. Okay, bingo. Let's go. Okay, here's my NASDAQ. I'm going to zoom out just a tad bit here. And we come to this, right? Let me just hide all this shenanigans. And look, and so if you see this top and you see it coming up here and you hear people saying, oh, well, it's at the top. Let's just sell. Look at this zone. We draw a zone here and we draw a zone down here and we buy when it's discounted and we sell when you know, it's not that easy because if you just start entering sales up here at the very top, you're gonna get smacked for liquidity. And that's exactly what happened. Look, one, two, yank right above. It smacked all these idiots who were just selling right here. Trapped them all, and then all of them got smacked. Same thing is about to happen up here. We don't know. We're gonna play our percentages. But there's a very real possibility that this comes up and smacks everyone who's trying to sell. Guess what? I'm trying to sell too. But I'm playing my percentages, I'm playing my strategy, and I'm playing what the market's showing me. So there is a difference in just it's high, let's sell. So let's get into it. And that's my rant. I seen a video the other day where this fool was just like, look at this easy zone. They're so easy. Yeah, okay. It's so easy. Everyone's getting smashed. Anyways, so here's the deal. This is the reason why I'm taking a NASDAQ sell. If you're going to enter the market, make sure you have your reasons. Make sure they align with your strategy. The only thing that this does not align with, as far as my strategy is concerned, is the time of day. I took this trade this afternoon, and I usually wait till the morning time. But besides that, everything else clicks off. And if I lose this trade, hey, it is what it is. I'm not over leveraged, and I have more ammo in the bank to re-hit this trade again in the morning if I need to. So it's all good. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, we have a high, we have a break of internal structure, we set a low. Okay, we now have a higher low with a lower low. This doesn't count because it didn't even break this high. Okay, so this is still, in this motion. Okay, and this technically is a low, but I mean, that's basically a double bottom. So if you ask me, high, low, lower high, lower low, this is now, in my opinion, going to set the lower high. It needs to come down, clear this out as liquidity for the lower low. When it does that, it would then take this out. More than likely, take this out. We can try a buy from here to see if it will hold this as support, but we might get smacked. But that's part of trading. If it does, then we'll buy from here. So what are we doing? Okay, the RSI on the 1 hour is oversold. Okay, it's not divergent because this is technically higher. This is so I mean it makes sense. Okay, it's oversold. We come down to the 30-minute. We see that this is the top, and this is the top wick of that candle. I entered over here the 78, 88.6 area. So this is normally my zone. Okay. Now, did it go through my zone? Yes, it did. But that's okay because my stop loss is where? At the 10% of the overall fib. So I'm cool. I'm in a little bit of drawdown, but I'm not scared. It is what it is. Okay. So let's just say that I popped a trade in this area, right around there. Okay. So we're there. I'm good with that. My TP is really this low. Now it might get stuck here and it might even get stuck inside here. So I'll probably shave honestly TP1. Be honest with you, I'll probably take it there. And how many pips is that? I mean, we're looking at a cool 175 pips. 100, let's just say 170 pips. I'm good with the 170 pips, y'all. I'm good with that. We'll take that as a TP1 and we'll let the rest of it come down here to our extension. So you guys know I love the Elliott wave. What's the Elliott wave? Some of you guys at? It's the 3-leg push. 1 leg, 2 leg. This is just a retracement. Okay. A double top to give us the 3rd leg. We can play double tops. We don't like to play triple tops. This is technically not a triple top because we're playing off this. We're not up here yet. And if you look at the, you know, Elliott wave, it's not really the most beautiful M. Actually, now that I say that, look at this W. That's a nasty W. That's playing the double bottom W. Okay. But perhaps we're also getting us, it's not pretty at all. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking we'd have some sort of M formation, but it's not pretty. It is what it is. I still think that this is the 3-leg push. 1 leg, 2 leg down to there, and we're gonna do a 3-leg. If not, it's okay. If we lose the trade, it's okay because we're only risking 80 pips and our TP1 is 170. So that's 2-to-1 trade, which is like, oh, that's not a very good R to R. But really, we're trying to hit down here 200. I mean, so we're at a 3-to-1, right? We're going to hold the whole thing? Maybe not. Probably not. But it's okay. It's all right. So oversold on the hourly. Like I said, now look, we're done 2, 3 little pushes on the 30, 15. Bingo. Okay, so now we're starting to see divergence. But it's also this time of day, right? The market is slowing down. But what have I told you guys many, many, many times before? 3 touches on the RSI diversion. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2. It's making the 3rd push now. As a matter of fact, as soon as I exit this call, I'm going to enter in my other position. Okay. Because it's doing exactly what we want. 1 touch, 2 touch. It's making the 3rd touch, which is completely predictable, guys. So the fact that I entered the 78.6 and shot my first bullet is no big deal. I was like, I'm going to enter it here because we're at the 1 hour oversold. And if this thing just wants to go, I'm in at least half position and I'm cool. No FOMO, no stress. I have the rest of my bullet to pop another entry. 1, 2. It's making the 3rd push now. Literally, I'm going to take this trade. Let me see on this 1 minute real quick. Okay, so you guys get the idea with the divergent one. And I have this stupid um, thing on right there. 1, 2. I'm not using this as a trend. Like it doesn't have to hit there. But what I did do on the 1 hour is if you zoom in, sorry for the charts going crazy. If you zoom in here, I need to tighten this up. This needs to be the wick. Okay. So the box is at the top all the way down to where the candle is. The middle line is 50% of that wick. So if you want to get super snipey, you can try to wait for that to hit. Sorry. You can try to wait for that to hit that 50%, which would also be the trend line on the other side, but I don't really give a damn about all that. I'm about to pop position here in just a second. But that's the reason why. More importantly than any of this, here is the reason why. We have the zone, we have liquidity. Price took out our liquidity, is now oversold on our side. That's the first thing before we do anything. We're on the 1 hour chart. We had a price clear liquidity, we have the oversold on our side, and it's right at our double top and in our fib area. It's actually broke through our fib area, but you get the point. That's before we go any further, those two things need to be had. And that just happened. If it doesn't have a liquidity area like this, then we're probably not taking the trade because we have to have a reason for it to come down. And a double top after clearing liquidity is a damn good reason. And we come down the smaller time frames, and what we have is divergent. 1, 2, 3 touch. We enter the trade, ladies and gentlemen. We enter the trade. That is what we're looking for. So it's a risky. Obviously, NASDAQ trading in the Asian session is risky as hell. I probably should wait until the morning time. But what if I wake up in the morning time and I'm a couple hundred pips in profit? Anyways, there's a NASDAQ trade. I'm entering it right after this. Not financial advice. It's just training. So dirty 30. I was waiting. Let's go to the 30-minute. I was waiting for the dirty 30 to have a retracement and break this trend line and come down. Well, it didn't do that. It found the trend line as support and popped off. But which is, I'm totally cool with that because look what we have. We have the fib from top to bottom. We know the fib is in the correct place because look, it's finding the 61.8 as resistance, which is the magical fib number, right? 61.8 is the most important of all. Kind of like the Rudolph the red nose. Anyways, found it and then popped off and it's hitting our TP. So now that we see that TP and it's starting to find it as resistance, we can come into the smaller time frames. And what do we have? We don't, I hesitate to call this an internal break of structure because it broke down. It really, the structure's down here, pulled back up, and now it's starting to mess around again. So we are way oversold on the smaller time frames, okay? But we're not divergent. This one's higher. That one's basically a double top. As it's getting lower, the price has stopped pushing higher. But if we do come out to the 30-minute and the 1 hour, you do see that we are oversold. So this would be a situation where I'm going to be a little bit more patient because I don't have the oversold on the divergent on the RSI. Price is getting lower as the RSI is getting lower. Maybe I just don't need to pull the trigger right now. Maybe this is the one we wait till the morning time. We just got an entry on NASDAQ. We don't need to be too crazy. US 30 has a tendency to do some funny things. Let's see if we can, what the morning brings us. Maybe it pushes the 618 and we try this all over again. And if it doesn't, so where's our entry then? Let's see if we can have an internal break of structure, a little dip down, okay? Break these lows. We pull up. Let me delete this right here. Okay, let's say it breaks down and then it closes above. All right, breaks down, it closes down here, and then we can push and then we can sell off. Now, here's what we're going to look for. Okay, we want these two areas. We want this liquidity area to break. Okay, so when this push up here, we want this to be higher than that. Okay, but we do not want it to be higher than this. Okay, we need to find this as resistance. So again, what do we want to do? We want for it to break liquidity, and this is liquidity. So we need it to be higher than that. We need to be in this area right there. And then if it does do that, and let's say we take a trade and we're just picking a random spot there, what we would do then is we would fib wherever this is. Let's just say it's right there. The arrows are for now. And then our stop loss would only be right here. Okay, because this needs to hold. If it doesn't hold, then it's adios amigos. It's going to the moon or up here to 6218, and we lost a trade. No big deal. But look how many pips that is. Very, very few. You should be able to afford this many pips in your account. If you cannot afford 29 pips in your account, you do not need to be trading US 30. Period. The end. Close it. Go away. Go do something different. Where's our TP? Right here. The reason why this is the TP here is looky here. We have the top. This is the breakout area. And a lot of times I like to draw my fibs from the breakout area top to bottom, right? And it just so happens to be in our buy zone. I mean, look at that. What a coincidence. It's actually not a coincidence. This shit happens over and over and over. And I'm not sure exactly where this TP is going to end up, But more than likely, the extension is going to be right here inside of our buy zone. So again, we're starting to line up our confirmations. So wait for it to pop off, hold, then we can sell, and we know we should at least get to here before we start looking for buys and for this next push up. Why would we look for more buys? Because look, these TPs on this fib down here still hasn't been hit. This TP, I mean, that TP did, that one didn't. Okay. And if we're looking, and if we zoom out a little bit, again, we can have some freedom to move these fibs around. They're not always stuck in stone. We could do this move right there. Okay. And that TP hasn't been hit. These TPs up here need to be hit. So let's try to catch a pullback and we'll buy back up. But right now we can take this little sniper entry and we could build a little bit of equity. And if we can catch 150 pips, no one's going to be mad about that. So we can catch 150 to get us back down to our buy zone where we really want to buy from right there and pull it up to here, which is 250. You're talking 400 pips, So let's have a plan, right? Before we even get there, we need to have a plan. Our plan is buy here, excuse me, sell when it gets here, come down and then buy back up there. If it doesn't happen and it melts from here, oh well, it's okay. We'll just buy it when it gets down here. We lost the sale. We didn't lose it. We just didn't take it. Right. And that's completely okay. We're not going to chase the trade. We're not going to get FOMO. We're just going to reload and hit the next one. So that's what we're going to do. Plan A, sell right there. That doesn't work. Plan B, buy down here. And when it gets there, we'll look again. We're not going to buy just to buy. We'll look for the RSI. We'll look for the divergence. We'll do all of our due diligence and make sure the buy is actually a legit buy. Let's move on to Goldie. I did not see this, and I'm kicking myself for not seeing it. But if you remember last night's video, I was wanting this to break this down here as liquidity and come down here and find this as a buy zone before we popped off. Now that play, that is still very much in the cards, okay? That could very, very, very much still happen because I was not about to play this quadruple top as resistance. I know some people who did. I watched them take the trade. They sold right there. Congratulations for them. Those guys hit it. I did not. That's too much for me, too risky for me. And they caught, 150, 160 pips, whatever it was. I should have seen this fib top to bottom and hit the 78.6. Gold, write this down. Gold loves 78.6. There it is, and there it went. But again, it stuttered and it hasn't broken new top. It hasn't broke this and it hasn't this area up here, this where this box is, this is a target. This is going to get taken out and is going to get smashed probably really, really soon. That's the cheese. That's where the money is. That's where that cheddar is at. It's right there. Okay, guys. So too late. We should have bought it there. But honestly, I don't think that's it. Honestly, I think this is going to push down. And I think it's going to break all of this trend line and it's going to come down here before we really buy it, before we smash that. I honestly think from this point right now, here within the next few minutes, whatever, this is not going to set. It's going to hold this as resistance and it's going to do this. Does that mean I'm willing to take that trade? Not really. No, I'm not willing to. I'm trying to protect myself. There is a very, very damn good argument for just, risk to reward wise. It would be gambling if you ask me, but there's a good argument for just doing this and see if you can do this. By all means, if you want to risk that, by all means, take that trade because if it breaks this top, it's breaking all of these tops and it's going to the moon. So just put your stop loss right above. Right above. It's not very much. Not very much. And see if you can catch an entry because I really think it's going to break this trend line. 1, 2, boom, down. This is oversold here on the 1 hour. Okay. It came back down. When it comes down like this tells me that it has more room on the RSI to push up. It's telling me this thing's going to still buy up. So maybe you will catch an entry at this double top or something. But it's too close to the sun for me. I'd rather buy from down here. I'd rather take that buy and run it all the way up to here. But, maybe I feel a little risky later on tonight before I go to bed and I'll pop a half entry or some little small trade. But the only plan for me is this is way, way, way too close to liquidity. You don't want to enter the trade, write this down. You don't want to enter the trade at liquidity because you will become liquidity. You want to enter the trade after liquidity has been taken, and that way you can go the opposite direction with the big boys. Where is that? So if this is the cheddar, the real sell is up here. Let's let these banks smash through all these people who are triple, quadruple topping this and selling. Let them get smashed. Let this hit the TP, which is also the fib on the downside. This TP from here to there is 27 sitting right there. It hasn't been hit. It needs to get hit. These smaller TPs are sitting up here, and then you have this big fib from up here to down here, and that's your sell zone. Okay. So right about in there. Okay. I see the 2050 sitting right there. That's my entry. 2050. That's what I'm waiting for. And if I happen to get on any buys, my TP is 2050. And that's where I'm looking for the reverse. So if you want to feel risky, by all means, take this sell now or anytime with the next, I don't know, hour or two, as long as it doesn't break this top. If it breaks this top, you can kiss it goodbye. Okay. So take whatever you want. I'm not taking it. If I do, I'm going to take a small position knowing that the risk involved is very, very high. This is going to get popped and it's going to get smashed. But you might get lucky and catch this break all the way down to here. So it's either, so again, plan A, plan B. I would love to see it do this first. It doesn't matter. That's just plan A. Plan A 2.0, not even plan B, is let it pop, catch it, and then let it come down here. So we're kind of at like a 50-50. We don't really know which one it's going to do first. I'm thinking it's going to come down first. But again, that's just a 50-50 guess on my part. I did have a guy ask me the other day because he's an agent. He wanted me to mark up HK50. I've never seen the chart. I've never traded the chart. I marked up the chart with him the other day, and I called out these two areas. Originally, I'm not gonna lie, originally my buy zone was down here where it normally is, but after seeing the RSI get oversold, I saw on a smaller time frame, I thought I saw a kissing candle in here. Let me see. Okay, so this is the kissing candle. This is the breakout zone. So if you fib this as you see here, top to bottom, it came back up. The real sell was right here at the 88.76 zone, like I always say. There's the sell, right? The TP for that fib is right here. Let me mark it off for you guys who are maybe having a difficult time following me. This fib from top to bottom, right there. The TP is 27. Okay. If you fib this, then the big move from here, again, let me get my arrow. From there to here, that big move, the big push up, the 61.8 retracement is right there. That's the magical fib number, right? 61.8. So your 27 extension for TP is sitting right where your 61.8 is. And I said, hey, that is a hot spot. You should look for that. And what did it do? Rejected. Now, I'm not saying that's the most baller banker trade ever, but you're in a good trade. If you'd have taken that, you had 120 pips, more than enough time to scalp some profit off that and or protect. And now you have a free trade, right? So hopefully my homeboy took that trade. I literally called it and sent it to him in his inbox. HK50. And the point that I showed this is if you're an Asian guy or you're over there overseas, you're not awake, it's hard for you to trade the New York session, trade HK50. If you learn what I'm showing you in this processes and you understand, okay, the fibs with liquidity, let's learn how to stack fibs and let's think about the market in terms of liquidity and or breakout zones. Like this was, if I draw this area here, right? This is a consolidation area right here. And what did it do? Because we had this wick right there, it broke out of that area and took off. Okay. So if we come in a little bit tighter, what do we see? We see this little candle and this little area right here before it popped. That's a breakout zone. If you learn how to look for these breakout zones, you could target that. Now, this this didn't quite hit the breakout zone, but it was on our fib zone. So you know, like, hey, look, man, we're really close to a breakout zone, and we're doubling up on our fibs. We have a TP and a 61.8. That's hey, we're willing to take that risk, and you caught 120 pips off of it. So there's those two trades. We'll look at GJ real quick. Again, I'm in a big swing position on GJ. I really don't even, I'm not concerned about it. And we're just going to let it do what it does. And we're back down to basically the bottom of the range because I had this marked at TP and it's hit the 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times. I don't even know how many times it's hit the TP area. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time it hit our TP1. Again, I'm still in the trade. I haven't protected. I haven't scalped. I mean, I haven't shaved any partials. I've done nothing. We took the trade a little early. I should have re-entered, but I missed it, and I just left it. So we're in profit on that. All right, guys, that's NAS. That's Dirty 30. Let's just check NAS one more time because I still haven't made that entry. And look what it's doing. Right when I said it earlier, he gave us the third tip, and now it's coming down. So I'm literally taking the entry. Right, meow. You guys have a good night. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. If you have any comments, I'll reply to your comments. I'm here for you guys. Thank y'all very much for watching. Thank y'all very much for joining. I hope y'all have a good night, successful trading, and all that good stuff. So let's stop the share and deuce, you guys. I'm out.